Subscribe and click the bell icon for the latest updates and notifications from the Indian Express.
It was in 1964 that the first Porsche 911 made its debut in the world, and today we are with the brand new, all new 8th generation Porsche 911, which has been launched in India today. Now, almost 56 years later, the 911 stands as a unique car because even after all these decades, you can still trace the design cues of the original 911 in this brand new 911, and that's what makes this car different from any other sports car out there in the world. Now, considering the 911 is a high-performance sports car, there can be no better place to test it than a racetrack, and hence we are today here at the Buddh International Circuit to test out the 911. But along with this, we will also be driving the entire lineup of Porsche India, which comprises of its other sports car and SUVs, which is part of Porsche's roadshow, global roadshow event. So sit back and enjoy the show. Now, like I told you earlier, the unique thing about the 911's design is the fact that it stays true to its original predecessor from 1964. So if you look at the silhouette, the lines, you can find a lot of similarity between this model and the original model from 56 years back. Now, if you talk about this model specifically, you can see up front, the front is entirely new. You have a new headlamp setup, but it still stays within the circular design, so that is very true to the 911's design philosophy. But what you have here is a modern unit. It's an LED projector unit, so it is of course in sync with the modern times. And now let's get down to the most important and awaited part, the performance of the new Porsche 911. But before we discuss that, we should also tell you that as part of the Porsche World Road Show, we drove Porsche India's entire model lineup in addition to the new 911. This included the 718, the Macan, Panamera, and the Cayenne SUV. The star, however, was the new 911. And inside the cabin of the new 911, you were instantly greeted to a pleasantly laid out dashboard. This completely holds true to the iconic 911's design heritage even today. The dashboard design, the large circular tachometer in the center of the instrument cluster, these are reminiscent of the design philosophy from the older 911s. The touchscreen, however, does add some modern flair to the cabin and is quite easy to use as well. The only thing which I think was better in the older 911 is the gear shift selector lever. The one in the new model feels odd, too small, and mechanically disconnected. Apart from that though, pretty much everything in the cabin is spot on. Powering the new 911 is a turbocharged flat 6 engine with a power output of 450 horsepower. That is 30 horsepower more than the older version, and as a result of this power increase, the new 911 Carrera S can do the 0 to 100 km/h sprint in just 3.7 seconds. Opt for the Sport Chrono package, and with the launch control, this time will go down by a further 0.2 seconds. The 8-speed PDK dual clutch transmission also has been redeveloped for the new 911 and offers lightning quick shifts. And this made things great fun for us at the track. On the track, the new 911 displayed exemplary performance as it accelerated quickly on demand while making a great soundtrack. We had the traction control on at all times, so there wasn't much of sliding around, but the new model definitely grips through corners a lot more than the older version. And I can say this confidently because I did get a chance to drive the old 911 before testing the new one. The steering on the new model is as precise as one can want it to be, and the feedback is impressive as well. Even through tight turns with the tires squealing as loudly as they could, body roll was very much in control, and that's what one would expect from a true sports car. The large and new brakes also did a great job of shedding speed before corners, And despite driving the car on a warm day for long, there was no brake fade absolutely that crept in. How the car is to drive on roads in every conditions is something we'll tell you once we get our hands on the car for a full road test. But having driven the car at the racetrack, I can quite easily tell you that not only is the new Porsche 911 faster and smarter than the previous version, it is pretty much the best definition of a sports car out there in the market today.